So SAE Group kicked off 2010. We organised our CEC accreditation and we're also Master Electricians accredited, and that got the ball moving to allow us to design and install solar PV systems. So we wanted to have a whole package there from sales right through to installation and maintenance, but the main key was focusing on quality materials and quality installations. Myself and the other director of SAE Group, we personally attend the factories or the production line, whether it be in Australia or overseas. Once we're happy with the quality, we get the products and test them internally in our office before we release to the public. SAE personally warrants the products we install, so the client does not need to go to the manufacturer. They come to us directly and we look after it all in-house. The cost of solar PV has come down. The battery system technology is there right now. Never been a better time to get a solar system, battery storage and be clean, green living.
SAE Group are on a mission to switch Australia to solar energy one rooftop at a time. Simply, we believe there's a better way to power the way we live, work and play. Established in 2010, we're master electricians first and foremost, with a depth of experience in the industry spanning more than 20 years.
Today we're installing 302 330 watt Seraphim panels, which makes up a 99 kilowatt solar system. We're coupling up these panels with 4 20 kilowatt Fronius Simo inverters. These are 3-phase inverters which will power up the Surfing Australia 3-phase board and supply them with enough power, save them pulling off the grid during the daytime. Also, we've got a Fronius smart meter connected to the system, which will enable Surfing Australia to see the production of the system and also monitor the usage of the installation here.
Renewable energy just makes sense to us on so many levels. You can reduce your reliance on the grid, you can drastically reduce your electricity bills, and while you're at it, reduce your carbon footprint.
So Surfing Australia will be saving approximately $26,000 per year off their power bill. This is equivalent to 138 tonnes of carbon, which is equivalent to planting 2,080 trees to offset the power generation for the site.
With the purpose of creating a healthier and happier Australia through surfing, we're stoked to be able to partner with SAE Group, and it's fantastic to be able to power our new Surfing Australia High Performance Centre with their sustainable SAE Group solar technology. In a matter of weeks since the new Surfing Australia High Performance Centre has launched, we've already seen reduced power costs across the facility and also a cleaner, more renewable solution for our power for the centre.
Powering with Surfing Australia is extremely exciting for us. What better place right in our neighbourhood to demonstrate the power and the benefits of solar energy. You know, we're quite aligned with our vision with yours in providing a healthier, happier place for us to live and grow. So yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
We developed a solar-powered van to power the surf festivals. So we've got 1 kilowatt of sun power panels mounted on top of the rooftop of the van. This goes through a Victron charger to the batteries and then out to a 240 volt, so we can plug in leads into the event, run the PA system, computers and power the event.
Considering going solar? Consider what SunPower is up to right now. Making solar that goes higher, farther, faster. Putting 30 years of record-breaking solar where it matters most. Your home. Demand better solar. Ask for SunPower.
This is how the Sonnenbatterie works with an integrated solar system. When the sun rises in the morning, the Sonnenbatterie's intelligent control system ensures that the sun's energy is directly applied to meet your home electric power needs. If more solar energy is produced than is required, the excess energy is stored and even fed into the public power grid at a guaranteed price. If less solar energy is produced than is required, you can always rely on electricity from the public grid to power your house.
You've got a situation where the prices of solar have been going down. The federal government help is still very high, and at the same time power bill prices are going up. So everyone's bill's gone up. The amounts that they're getting for their feed-in tariffs has doubled, so that really makes the statistics work so much better for the customer. Well, what gets me up in the morning, I suppose, is the fact that it is a great industry to be in at the moment. You've got batteries coming on and everyone's talking about those, so they're quite the buzzword at the moment. Financially, there's really never been a better time to be in the industry. We all want to look after the environment, so that's a big facet of people's decision. Also, a very overriding factor, they can just massively reduce their power bills down. There is a lot of financial government assistance. The business itself at SAE, we've got quite a few points of difference. We have our own in-house install teams. We get the opportunity to do very good pricing for people, so we're extremely competitive.
Well, hello and welcome aboard Imerys. Imerys is a Class 40, and the Class 40s are the fastest ocean-going monohulls in the world for their size. We've been able to get this boat up to 25 knots, which is 50 kilometres an hour, and in the right conditions you can notch up to about 350 miles a day. These boats are heavily optimised towards strong Atlantic conditions. Typically these boats can cross the Atlantic in 12 to 14 days. And it's really essential to have a consistent supply of energy on board to power the sophisticated autopilot which steers the boat when sailing short-handed, either double or solo configuration. And also for the satellite communications, for downloading the weather files, and for the onboard computer, which you can analyse those weather files and decide what route you want to take across the ocean. Almost every sailing vessel, including race boats, still rely heavily off diesel power generation. The objective of the energy challenge is to transition away from that to 100% renewable energy and zero emission sailing by embracing the latest innovations in renewable technology. For generating clean power, we have a hydro turbine which hangs off the back of the boat and uses the boat's speed to generate electricity. But really the majority of our power is generated through solar. For the solar technology, we are applying SunPower's latest solar innovations, which include flexible cell technology encapsulated in a very lightweight film. This has to stand up to some serious punishment in the North Atlantic, waves sometimes continuously crashing on the deck. And also it's very important for us to try and capture energy as much as possible around the clock, so their performance in low light conditions is also crucial. Well, here we are at the nav station. This is where we do all our performance routing using the weather files. And also we have gone one step further with the energy challenge to develop a piece of software that analyses all of the individual solar areas in order that we can work out how well they are performing, their efficiency and also their daily energy capture. All in all, we've been really pleased with the results from the solar this year. We've been able to race in zero emission status so far in the championship, which included a first and a second place in offshore races. So not only have we been able to be clean, but we've been more reliable with our energy, and we've actually had no compromise at all on performance.
We've always been a really green household and love to do things ourselves, so it was no surprise that we would look at getting solar. But anything that went onto our roof would need to be reliable, high-performing, smart and safe.
Your choice of solar inverters will affect the way the system performs in all of those categories. The inverter converts the DC power from the panels into AC power, which can be used by your house. Different inverters handle this process differently. We use microinverters from Enphase. There's one of those on the back of each panel, and they mean that each panel operates independently of all other panels and works at its maximum efficiency. With this technology, each panel is not affected by shading or any other issues affecting all the other panels in the system. Because each panel is monitored by its own microinverter, any problems that our system encounters can be isolated and can be diagnosed individually. This will save us time, money and headache over maintenance in the long run.
We have recently retired, bought this property. It is fairly power hungry, so we decided we had to go solar. We decided Sonnen battery was the one we were going to install, and we had to find the right company to carry out that installation.
The business itself at SAE, we've got quite a few points of difference that can really help people. We have our own in-house install teams. We get the opportunity to do very good pricing for people, so we're extremely competitive.
John then advised us on the best solar panel to use with that battery and inverter system. So yeah, the whole thing came together very well.
So here we have the SMA 15 kilowatt inverter, STP. The purpose of this inverter is converting the DC power from the panels, converts it to AC power 3-phase, feeds it into the house switchboard. Excess power then charges up the Sonnen 3-phase battery for at night time, so once the sun's gone down, the Sonnen battery takes over and powers the house throughout the night.
From a business perspective, SAE have been very professional. We prided ourselves when we run our business that service was the most important thing, customer service, and SAE excel with customer service.